Hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial on how to make this beautiful pearl beaded bag. I thank you for joining me today. Let's get right into the video. So we'll be using 10 mm bead today. This is 10 mm pearls that I'm going to use today for the bag. 50-pound fishing line. This is the thickness of the line. This is how it's looking like. Okay, this is my cutter. I'm going to start with 4 beads. We are going to put this 4 bead on the line. Okay, I'm going to string all these 4 on the line. Like this. Okay, we have 4 on the line. Now I'm going to hold the last one and cross the other end of my line into it and pull. Cross like this and pull down. Now we have 1 flower done. This is how it's looking like. We are going to continue on each line. I put one bead on each line. Okay, I'm going to string 1 on the right side and another one on the left side. I'm going to cross both ends of my line into the 3rd one and pull. We have 2 flowers done. Now on each line again, I'm going to add one on right, 1 left, like this. Hold both ends of the line and cross into the 3rd bead, like this. Pull down. We have 3 down. This is how we are going to continue to weave. So I'm going to add one bead again on each line, and I'm going to cross both ends of my line into the 3rd one and pull. Pull down. Let's repeat this one more time. We have 4 done. Okay, we have 4 done, and now we are going to repeat this one more time. I put one bead on right and left of my line, then I cross into the 3rd one and pull. So now we have 4. We are going to continue. This is 5. Okay, we made 5. We are going to continue to make 14. This is my 14 that I made. If you count it, this is 14. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. So we made 14 flowers over here. 14 flowers. Now I'm going to turn. So now this is my right line and I have 2 ends. Okay, I have 2 ends of the line. This is my left and this is my right line. Now on the right line, I'm going to add all 3 beads on my right line. So I add all 3 beads on my right line. To cross with my left and pull. That way my line turns on the side of the bead so I can start a new row. So now you see I have 2 split line again. Okay, 2 split line. This is my right and this is my left. I'm going to add all 3 beads on the left line of my line. I'm going to cross with the right and pull like this. Now this is my right line and this is my left. So I'm going to pull the right line into the next bead and I'm going to add 2 to my left line like this. I'm going to cross with my right line and pull. Now my right into the next bead and I'm going to add 2 beads to my left line like this. I'm going to cross with my right and pull down into the next bead. I'm going to add 2 beads to my left line. I'm going to cross and pull. So now what is happening here, I'm going to go through the right line into the bead. Okay, I'm pulling the right line into the bead and adding 2 bead to my left line. I add 2 bead, cross and pull like this. Now I'm going to pull my right line again into the next bead, into the next bead, 2 bead to the left line, into the next I add 2 beads to my left line, cross and pull. So this is what we are going to repeat throughout the weave. I'm going to go into the next bead. A beginner can weave this, okay? Very easy, like this. Now do it and complete. I'm going to complete to the end. This is how it's looking like. Very beautiful. Now I have the last bead at the end over here. I'm going to pull my line through it, and now the same line I pull through the bead, the right line, I'm adding 2 beads to it. Okay, I add 2 beads, I cross and pull. That way my line turn on the side again. I start a new row. So my left line, I add on the left line, okay, I add all 3 beads to the left line. Now I'm going to pull my right line into the next bead. Add 2 beads to the left line. Into the next bead, 2 beads. I'm going to pull my line again into the next bead. So we are going to continue like this until we come to the end. Then we turn again and make a mark of this bead. We are going to make a mark with our weaving. Okay, now I'm about to complete this row too. I'm going to go into the last bead. Now the same line I pulled through the last bead, this line, I'm going to add 2 beads to it. The same line, alright? Now I'm going to cross with my left line and pull. Now our line turn on the side again. We are going to start another row. We make 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, like this. We are going to start the 4th row, okay? Now my left line, 3 beads. Add all 3 beads to the left line. Cross with the right and pull. Into the next bead, 2 beads. Into the next, 2 beads. So what we are going to do, we are going to continue to weave our mat and make it long. We will be making 19 rows. This is 4. We are going to complete the 4 and make it wide. Okay, we are going to create a wide one. I'm going to continue to make mine, and I urge you to continue to make yours too. So I'm going to continue to make 19 rows. So I'm going to do 19 rows in total. Okay? Continue to make yours and I'll meet you back here. So here is mine and I complete mine. So if you count, this is 19 by 15. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 by 15. So now let's fold our mat into a shape to make our bag, okay? So I'm going to fold and count on 8. This side too, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Now 3 is in the middle, so this is going to be our base. We are going to fold over there. You can count. If you miss your count, you can count again. So now 1, 2, 3 is our base, okay? We fold on 3, and this is my line. We are going to start filling the side. I'm going to go into these 2 beads. I'm going to pull my line through these 2 beads. So now that I put my line through the 2 beads, I'm going to add 2 beads to my left line. 2 beads, all right? Add 2 beads to left line. Cross and pull. Now I'm going to pull my right line again into the next bead. This line into the next bead. Adding 2 beads to my left line. like this and pull. Now I'm going to go into this and the next bead. So over here I'm pulling my line through 2 beads. This is first and second. The number of beads I need here is only 1 bead. This line I add 1 bead, cross and pull. Now I'm going to go into the next bead, this line into the next bead. That will be my right line. I'm putting my right line into the next bead. I add 2 beads to my left line. I'm going to put my right line again into the next bead. 2 beads, cross and pull. Now I'm going to go into the next bead and the one on the side. The number of beads we need for this row, 1 bead, cross and pull. I'm going to pull my line again into the next bead on the side. Add 2 beads to my left line. Into the next left line, I'm adding 2 beads to it. I'm going to cross with my right and pull. I'm going to go into the next bead and the one on the side. Add 1 bead to the line, cross and pull. Right line, I'm crossing with my left and pull down. Now the right line into the next bead. I add 2 beads to my left line. I'm going to pull my right line again into the next bead. I add 2 beads to my left line. I'm going to go into this and the one on the side. Go to the next bead and a bead on the side. I'll add 1 bead to your line to complete this row. I'm going to pull my line into the next bead again on the side, this one. I add 2 beads to my left line. I'm going to pull my line again into the next bead. I add 2 beads. Into the next bead, I'm going to pull my line to this bead and the one on the side. Into the next and this one on the side. I add 1 bead. I'm going to cross my line into it and pull. We complete this roll again. Into the next, pull the line into the next bead. Then I add 2 beads to my line. This line, 2 beads. That's the right line. I add 2 beads too. I'm crossing with the left and pull. Now I'm going to pull my right line again into the next bead. I add 2 beads to my left line. Into the next bead, I'm going to go into the next bead and the one on the side, these 2. 1 and 2. I add 1 bead to my line, cross and pull. Now I'm going to pull my line again into this bead, the one on the side. On the line, I add 2 beads. That's my left line. I add 2 beads to my left line, cross and pull. I'm going to pull my line again into the next bead. I add 2 beads to my left line, cross and pull. Now I'm going to go into this one and the one on the side. Go to the last bead and the one on the side. We need 1 bead, cross and pull. Now I'm going to go into my last bead, this line into the last bead. Pull into the last bead with my right line. Going to add 2 beads to it. I add 2 beads to the same line I pull through the bead, okay? I cross and pull. Now into the next bead. 2 beads. I add 2 beads to my left line, cross and pull. Now we come to the last bead and the one on the side. Come to the last bead on the bag, right here. Go to the next bead on the side. Now add 1 bead like this. Your line should be in the bead like this. It's in 3 beads. So we need only 1 bead to complete the last row. I'm going to cross and pull. So now we have come to the end of the weave on the side. You see how it's looking like? Now what you do to lock your line is to weave the line back into the bead. So here you see me weaving the line back into the bead to make sure it's well secured enough before I trim it off. Like this. This is how it's looking like. We completed one side. Like this, we are going to continue to do the second side over here, and here it is done. Both sides of the bag is done. Now we are going to put a shape into it. So I'm going to show you how we are going to do it. Now I want you to hold your bag like this. Count 1, 2, 3, 4. You see the next bead under the 4, this one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We are going to pull. I'm going to put my line through all the 3 beads. Pull through all the 3 beads like this. Okay, my line is in the 3 bead. Now I'm going to take 1 bead, cross both ends of my line into it, and pull. Like this. So now I'm going to put both lines into the next bead. This and this one. So all this bead on the side, we are going to pull our line through it, okay, one by one. So I'm going through the next bead and this one. I'm going to pull my line into this bead. I'm going to take 1 bead. This is how it's looking like. All right, this is how it's looking like. My line is in the next bead. I take 1 bead, cross both ends of my line, and pull. Now into the next bead, the right into the right bead and the left like this. Take 1 bead, cross both ends of your line and pull. Now into the next bead again, the next bead on the top. I cross and pull. Now I'm going to come through the last bead. Coming into the last bead. So I'm in my last bead over here, and I'm going to take 1 bead, cross both ends of my line into it, and pull. We cross and pull. So over here, what we are going to do to lock our line, we are going to weave it back into the bead. This is how the side is looking like. Okay, this is how the side is looking like. Very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. Now I'm going to weave my line back into the bead. Make sure it's well secured before I trim it off. So continue to weave your line back into the bead. Weave it back into the bead as long as you can. Okay, like this. Very beautiful. And we are going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So here I complete the second side, and we are going to extend the top a little bit to make a flap on it. I'm going to continue to use my 10mm pearls, and I'm going to decorate it a little bit, embellish it with these crystal beads. Okay, this is red and light pink crystal beads. That's what I'm going to use. Let's start. I take my line. I'm going to go into the last bead on the top bead over here. I'm adding 3 beads to my line. I'm going to pull my crystal first before the 2 bead, like this. Okay, you take your bead like this, cross and pull. I'm going to pull my line into the next bead. I add 2 pearls. Now I'm going to continue with only pearls. I want the crystals to be on the edge, so I'm going to continue with pearls over here into the next bead. So we are going to continue to the end. Now I'm going to enter my last bead. I'm going to pull my line into the last bead, and on the same line I'm going to add 1 crystal and 1 pearl, like this. This is how it's looking like. You see they are on the edge. Now the same line, I add 1 crystal again and 2 pearls. I'm going to pull my line again into the next bead. So we are going to continue with only pearls. You see only the crystals are on the edge, so I'm going to go into the next bead, 2 pearls. Here we are going to continue with only pearls. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and also please turn on your notifications for any new video that I'll be uploading, so you don't miss on any video. Thank you. This is how we are going to continue, turn and make another row. So in all we are going to make 4 rows. I'm going to continue to make 4 rows, pulling crystals at the end. This is how it looks like. Very beautiful already. Very beautiful. So now we are going to continue with the 5th row. Over here I'm going to add 2 crystals and 1 pearl. I'm going to continue the same way into the next bead. Now I'm going to add only 2 pearls. Into the next bead, 2 bead. Into the next bead. We are going to continue to the end, and now put crystal on the end over here too. I'm in my last bead over here. I'm going to the last bead, and on the same line I pull through the bead, this one, I'm going to add 2 crystal bead, 2 red crystals. So now what I'm going to do over here, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, this is the 5th row. Now we are going to continue in this bead. Okay, I'm going to ignore the first one and continue in the next bead. So I'm weaving my line here so I can pull my line to the next bead. I'm just making my way with my line so I can come to the next bead. I'm going to continue our weave. This is how the line is. So we ignore this and continue in this bead. I add 3 beads to my line, cross and pull. Into the next, 2 pearls. So I'm going to continue again with the pearls, cross and pull. Into the next bead, 2 bead. Into the next bead, 2 bead. Pulling my line into the next bead, I add 2 beads to my line. I'm going to go into the next 2 bead. Now we are coming to the end of this row too. 2 bead. So now this is the last bead I'm going to go through. Okay, I'm not going to go through the last one. This is where I'm going to stop. I'm not going to go into this, only I'm stopping here. So I add 2 crystals again to my line. I'm going to cross and pull. Now over here too, we are going to ignore the first one, okay? We are going to ignore this, then we're going to start in the next bead, right here. I'm going to work my way again into the next bead. Just working my way to come to the next bead. And like this is where we are going to start in this bead. And we are going to weave and end here in this bead over here. We are not going to go to the next bead. So I'm starting here and I'm going to add 2 crystals and 1 pearl. I'm going to weave again into the next bead. And I'll add 2 pearls. So now we are going to continue and come down 1 bead because we are making a V-shaped leaf for the bag. A V shape is going to take a shape like this. So when you weave, this is what you end up with, okay? This is what you come with. It's left with only 1 bead over there. Now we are going to close. We are going to add 3 crystals to the end. If you are not using crystals, you can use your pearls. Just add 3 to your line like this, cross and pull. There you have your edge, your triangle edge. It looks like a triangular edge, very thick. That's what you have, and that is what we're aiming at. So you come down 1 bead until you get the shape. I'm going to weave the rest of the line back into the bead. Make sure it's well secured enough before I trim it off. And this is how it's looking like. Look at this beautiful bag. You can take it to church, your wedding, wherever you want to take it to. Very, very beautiful. Everyday use bag. So we are going to put a closure on it and a handle. We are going to make the handle first. Here, I'm going to pull my line through this side bead over here. Okay, now I add 2 pearls to my line. I'm going to tie over here, tie nice and neat. So I tie in between these 2 pearls over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull both ends together, both ends of my line together. Then I'll start stringing my pearls on it. I'm going to embellish it a little bit with my crystal bead. I'm going to string, maybe I'll do 10, 10. I put 10 pull crystal in between the middle, then I'll start with 10 pearls again. Just do it the way you like it, okay? So we're going to have something like this, and I'll make it very long. I'm going to add red too. This is how it's looking like. This is what I did, okay? I make long string of bead, then I put some red crystals in it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open the lines. We are going to open the lines, okay? We are going to repeat the same thing we did for the first side. We add 2 bead over here, so I'm going to put 2 bead on each side of the line. I'm going to add 2 on the right, 2 on the left, like this. I'm using 8mm pearls over here. Now I'm going to pull my line again into the same bead on this side. I'm going to cross my line into it over here, this one, okay? So you pull and pull tight. Now I'm going to weave my line back into the bead and make sure the line is together, then I can tie. I'm going to pull them together, then I will tie my knot over here. I'm going to tie nice and neat in between the bead. After you're done tying, just weave a little bit before you trim it off. So I'm going to put a bead over here so we can make a closure on it. So I'm counting and finding a middle on the bag. I'm going to find the middle part. Now I have this diamond, okay, diamond bead. I'm going to use it for a closure. very pretty and clear. I'm going to pull my line through it like this. And now that I find the middle where it will go, find the middle on the bag. Okay, now I'm going to pull line, I'm going to pull it forward like this, and on the other line, the left one, I'm going to come backwards. I'm going to come the opposite way like this and pull. That way my bead can land in the middle perfectly. Very, very beautiful. So you pull tight. I'm going to weave a little bit, put the two lines together, then I'll tie. I'm tying my line over here, and after that I tie. You see, it's very firm, very strong in the middle over here. Just pull and pull tight. Now I'm tying my line over here, and I'm going to weave a little bit in the bag before I trim it off. So if you're done, you weave it back into the bead so it doesn't slip out. So now we have to make a loop to hook on our diamond, okay, for a closure. And now we have to measure the diamond to see how many beads we need over here. I'm going to pull my line through this crystal. Okay, I'm going to pull my line through the crystal on the tip over here, and I'm going to string my bead on it. This is a 6mm bead. I string on it like this. I'm going to go round this bead. I'm going to go round all this bead, round, to make sure, go round. Okay, I'm going to pull my line round into it. Make sure I reinforce it and tie. I'm going to tie over here to reinforce the line. So this is how it's looking like. Okay, that's the loop we make. It's very simple, very easy. This is how it's looking like. We just have to use it to hook our diamond. And now we have a bag. Look at the pretty, look at the beautiful and the beauty of this bag. Very, very beautiful. You can use it for church, you can use it for your wedding, you can use it occasions, wherever you want to take it to. You can use it every day too. This is big enough to hold your cell phone, your car key, or even your chapstick. A lot can go into this bag. Look at how beautiful the handle, everything complements. The crystal look beautiful. So let me measure it for you to see. Okay, this is like a 7.5, 7 inches, and here also 6.5 inches. Okay, this is how big the bag is. It can hold a lot of stuff for you. Thank you for watching. I thank you for joining me again. Thank you for your love and support. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel also, and turn on your notifications for any new video that I'll be uploading so you don't miss on it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.